Hello everyone. Catholic education began in this diocese when the first families arrived through the port of Gladstone and settled in the area. They brought with them their Catholic faith and ensured their young prayed with them. Their prayers probably centered on the Rosary and ensured that their young caught their faith and their unwavering belief in God, and to know the difference between right and wrong. These early Catholics wanted more for their children, and their priest here in Rockhampton, Father Charles Merle, supported dedicated lay men and women in establishing in 1863 a boys' school in Alma Street and a girls' school in 1868. The daily presence of the priests in the school was complemented by the energetic and capable lay teachers. Similar schools were begun in Mackay in 1869, Gladstone in 1871, Bundaberg in 1876. The arrival of the religious sisters and later brothers brought a complementary charism of prayer and spirituality to the teaching of our young as they stood alongside the lay teachers and the priest. An established pattern in this diocese, as it was in many dioceses in Australia, was for the local parishioners to identify a parcel of land and together with the priest buy and establish a church and a school. Usually it was the school that was built first, with the parishioners using the classroom converted into a mass centre for their Sunday Mass. Then came the house for the sisters, then a building of a church, and lastly, a house for the priest. Working bees, raffles and fetes were the main source of paying for this land and the buildings, as our parishioners dedicated themselves to the Catholic education of their young. I look forward to each year travelling through the diocese and be present in many of your activities, including the blessing and opening of new facilities, joining you in the classroom and being present at the Bishops' in-service days. During these past few months, I've been sending messengers to you in our Catholic education and assuring you of my support that during this time of a pandemic that you have been all in my prayers. I thank each of you in Catholic education in the way you have responded to the challenge and looked after our young and their children. We all build on the foundations laid by our predecessors, and I'm grateful to them who over the years bought land, mapped out plans, and developed a strong Catholic education system in our diocese. We have 10 kindergartens, 31 schools, 8 colleges, and 2 religious institute colleges, and 1 flexible learning centre, and supported by nearly 3,300 staff, and supported still by some of our religious sisters and brothers and our priest. I was drawn to a quote of Bishop Wallace, who shaped Catholic education in this diocese in response to the Second Vatican Council, and he spoke of the important role of the catechist, teacher, educator. He said, whether lay or religious, whether engaged in Catholic or state schools, the catechist, teacher, educator must be a qualified witness of Christ. Their teaching must be supported by the testimony of their lives. Their vocation to be prophets demands of them that they have a solid spirituality of the Church, a serious training in method and doctrine, and a constant contact with the magisterium. All this was said about the person commissioned to teach the faith. Catholic Education Week in our Diocese of Rockhampton gives us a chance to stop and remember. It was one of my predecessors who had the motto, "It is Christ Jesus who we preach." May this week of Catholic education be a marvellous opportunity to celebrate all that we have achieved and to thank God for the very beautiful gift that we have of our teachers and our leaders who engage daily in the education of our young to make the Diocese of Rockhampton a marvellous place for Catholic education. Thank you for all the good work that you do, and may God bless you all.